Right, we are live. Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome back to the Kiwi Lads channel. We are back for the men's semi-finals of the Hong Kong Sevens. This one, Australia versus Argentina. Two sides that are more than capable of winning this competition. Argentina, throughout their group stage fixtures, had a points differential of over 100, and Australia causing big upsets along their way too, getting a massive win over South Africa and also winning their quarters to make it through to the final. But looking through at the starting lineups for the Australians, it will be Henry Hutchinson, Matthew Gonzalez, Aiden Ikanayaki, Jaden Blake, Henry Patterson, who has been in outstanding form throughout this competition, Hayden Sargent, and James Turner there as the last man. And at the starting side for the Argentines, Santiago Mari, Luciano Gonzalez, Jermaine Schultz moves into the starting side, Marcos Maneta, Joaquin Palandini, Matthias Azutsuk, and also Santiago Alvarez. So it's going to be exciting. I do think that Patterson versus Alvarez battle is going to be an absolutely awesome one. But like I said, Henry Patterson has been insane throughout this competition. We see there the Australians' form. They lost their first match up against New Zealand, 21 points to 12. But then from there, beat South Africa, beat Uruguay, beat Great Britain. And now they're here at the semi-final for Argentina. They won two of their games in the group stage, 35 points to 7, including a win over Fiji by that exact margin. So we could see that as a finals rematch if both sides do make it through. This is what Hamish is semi. It is indeed the first semi-final. Second one will be Fiji versus France, which is going to be happening in only around 22 minutes' time. But two sides that I think, honestly, whoever wins this, for me anyway, would be favourite going into the final based off current form. Santiago Mari, part of that Argentine side that are sitting number one in the overall standings. If they can win this one, they'll create a little bit more of a gap between them and anybody else. Australia are ranked 6, so they'd like nothing more than to be able to move up the rankings here. But the early penalty will go in favour of Los Pumas, and hi Kiwi, vamos Argentina, says Emmy there. Looks like it is going to be a scrum called. Luciano Gonzalez, he has been absolutely insane in terms of what he has done throughout the last 12 months on the Sevens circuit. We've also got Marcos Maneta in that starting lineup, Joaquin Palandini. His kicking is going to be so crucial. We have there, Mr. Early Morning Stream, here to make the cute commentator smile. Says Caleb, well, welcome in. I hope you are doing extremely well. And yeah, the Sharks, they were close. They almost had them, but they were dropping the ball far too often in that one, sadly. But hopefully your day is going well so far. 22 metres out from the line. Azutsuk going away to the right-hand side here. Palandini trying to find his way through. In fact, it's Luciano Gonzalez who fends off Henry Patterson. That is something not too many people have been able to do throughout this circuit. Marcos Maneta going across to Joaquin Palandini. Santiago Mari goes on the outside. Jermaine Schultz scores the try out wide for Los Pumas. And break my heart, says Caitlin. Yeah, sorry if that was the first you have heard of that match. They did get the bonus point though, so some positives out of there. We're going off to the left-hand side, and Argentina just using that back line as they know how. Jermaine Schultz doesn't get a lot of starting opportunities, or at least not throughout this competition. And that one is missed away to the side, making the score now 5 points to 0. A great start to the match for Los Pumas. 11 Arges like Lomu from Timu. Says Hanoye scored, what is it now, 140-something tries for the Argentines, which is crazy. Like, that's a lot of running over the try line. A lot of running in general. Now he has almost made the tackle on Ikanayaki. Australia inside of their own 22, going off to the left-hand side. Henry Patterson trying to test his pace up against the big man, Jermaine Schultz. 40 metres out from their line. James Turner, or Jimmy the Jet, as he's known in Australia, or quite a few people call him that, in fact. Henry Hutchinson pops the ball up to Matthew Gonzalez, going on the outside here. Australia just trying to find a little bit of rhythm in their attack. Sevens can sometimes be considered as a bit of an art form, and it's an art form that I definitely would not be good at because I hate running. Now, nice run forward from Ikanayaki. He's going to be chased down by Marcos Maneta. Does it so many times. Gets onto the ball and has lost his footing. We have get off the screen so we can watch the game. We know rugby. You don't need to tell us what's going on, says Nessie. The game's, look, feels empty behind me. I could lean to the side if it makes you feel a little bit better, but if you know rugby, you should also know how to find the game, and it's on the World Rugby Sevens website. But now it's going to be a chance here for the Australians. Do they want 3 or do they want the tap? They will go for the tap instead. I live in Argentina. It was like Lomu from... Oh, no, I read that one, didn't I? We got the dabbing emoji from Emi2. Now going up to the right-hand side. Passing it nicely. Sitting 22 metres out from the line. Jaden Blake moves to within 10 metres. And this looks like Palladini has stayed down with a bit of a shoulder injury. Australia, that's a bit of a cheap tactic. They've gone straight over the top of him. And they've scored the try in the corner. Now, sadly, there was never going to be a defender there as Argentina had a grounded member of their backline. Nessie, don't be a clown, says Hanoi. And we have got their copyrights, Nessie, says Rock. Yeah. So for anyone who is wondering why we can't show it, it's pretty much due to the fact that it's illegal. And we don't like going to prison. Been there, done that. Not actually. As you can probably tell, haven't been near a prison in my life. Pretty tough, Nessie, says TH, and I am everyone, says Spider-Meg. The screen behind him is fake. He is commenting because copyright, says Scotty's. And there too, but that kick has gone over from the Australians. Slightly, I don't want to call it dirty tactics because it's what, like in finals rugby, sometimes you have to take the advantage. But yeah, it was slightly unfortunate the positioning. Well, he got the conversion. Yeah, really nice kick from the sideline. It's going to go the penalty now in favour of Argentina. Palladini still doesn't look too flash. He is going to continue in this contest though. This is a replay of the cup final in Perth, and Australia won that one, Argentina won that one, 41 points to 5. So a pretty one-sided affair in that regard. And now 2 minutes remaining in this first half. Of course, can feel like an eternity in a game of sevens, and come on Australia, says Scotty in there. And one born every day. Get off the screen. Yeah, it's pretty much like clockwork at the moment in terms of the seven streams. We always have at least one person who is angry at us. This whole time, I thought the backgrounds were real, and Hamish streamed from the helicopter. Henry Hutchinson sitting 45 metres out from the line and counter-ruck from Los Pumas. Sitting around the halfway line. Trying to go for the step, Luciano Gonzalez. Now getting driven straight sideways from Kanayaki. And we have got there, wait, is this a replay, says Hanoi? It is not a replay, no. Well, it is a replay of an old game, but not the one, like, currently, if that makes sense. All of the sides on the circuit have played multiple times throughout the season, which normally gives us a bit of an indicator of who's going to win, but then it never really fully does because Sevens is so unpredictable. Passed out wide, it looks like they're going back for the initial penalty in favour of Argentina. Only 70 seconds remaining now. And gotcha, says Hanoi. And there too. Alvarez just having a bit of a chat there with the referee. I think he's saying that is multiple infringements against this Australian side. Might be wanting that yellow card. And we have got there, I don't know this channel, feel free to go somewhere else, leave Hammy alone. Says Spider-Mick. Yeah, hopefully she has been able to find a way of watching the game. I think that is, like, I know that it was aimed at me, but it is also World Rugby's fault for taking the sevens away from the, like, free-to-air side of things. Like, it has made it so that so many people can't see the games, which is a big shame. Hanoi with the humour, I knew it. It's a good one. Says Rock in there, but now it's going to be the scrum feed. Palladini and 14-game streak, not bad. The Olympic failure probably hurts. Tad says Hanoi. Now Argentina with Palladini. 15 seconds remaining in this first half. Santiago Amari pops it up now. And again, it's the big man, Jermaine Schultz, gets his second. Hamish Howell's cricket, I did not have it. We've finished the season, unfortunately. But it's going to be nicely done by the Pumas. They are just patient. I just want to know from you, can you please do a Stormers career mode on Rugby 25 after the Hurricanes? Here's a bit of a fun fact, which I don't think I've mentioned before, but I've actually recorded 2 episodes of a Stormers career mode. But the biggest problem was the fact that the player faces weren't in the game. So, like, all the players look really weird, and I felt like I'd wait till they had their faces before I do one. But yeah, we actually did record a couple episodes at the same time before the Hurricanes career mode. Did you get much sleep after last night's games? I think I got like maybe 5 hours, which it's not too bad. Is this a shirt or a jersey, says Caitlin. It is a t-shirt. It's a sweater. It's not, well, is it? Depending on where you are in the world. But yeah, just a plain black t-shirt today. I thought I'd go informal for the finals. But it's honestly quite cold, so I might have a jersey on for the later on streams. Fiji-France will be a nail-biter. I hope so. I hope it goes right down to the wire and both sides score at least a few tries just to keep us on the edge of our seats. And when you think about it, like the 2 quarterfinals for those sides were both interesting, to say the least. You know, Fiji almost blew a lead of 21 up against the Spanish, and then New Zealand did blow a lead of 14 up against the French. So France went through, Spain just narrowly missing out by halftime in this contest, 12 points to 7 in favour of the Argentines. Australia just able to score that 1 try, whereas the Pumas have got 2. You need a break, Hemi. The Sevens are super, the URC man. Too much on your plate, says Spider-Mech. And yeah, next weekend's going to be just as hectic, because rather than the URC, it will be the Champions and Challenge Cup. But the week after that, I think I get like a little bit of a break. Hamish, can you give us a sneak peek on who won the next Satyrs game on the career mode? We haven't actually recorded it. That's the best sneak peek I can give you. Me and George, we recorded those 3 episodes right near the start of Rugby 25 coming out. And now we'll have to try and organise a recording session probably this week. So hopefully the vocal cords are still existent at that point. How did France come back from 2 tries down? Amazing. Yeah, it just shows the unpredictability of 7. I should also mention we have got the donation from Scotty's Encounters. Hugely apologise for not putting that up on the screen, Scotty. It is greatly appreciated for your generosity. Now nice attack and run from Argentina early on in the second half. Now back across to the right-hand side. Chance here for Marcos Mineta. And breaking through was Azud Suk, Argentina. Strong bench in the semi-final as well. But Australia have got a couple dark horses that could change this game in their favour. What's happening if Australia wins today? New watching Sevens, says Scotty. So if Australia win this one, they'll go through to the final and they'll face either Fiji or France. If you win the Sevens leg, you get yourself like I think it's a medal. And then also you get 20 points in the overall standings, which can be quite crucial heading towards the later stages. So Australia currently ranks 6th, so 20 extra points might push them up into the top 4 with only 1 or 2 legs to go. Hopefully that makes a little bit of sense. But yeah, it's all based off kind of a competitive table system, how each and every week you do receive some sort of points. So like they've just shown it here, Argentina are on 68. The lowest team is Ireland, they are on 7. But they did get themselves a win over Great Britain just recently, so that will boost them up a little bit more. Now Argentina again 22 metres out from Australia's line. This is going to be a crucial moment in the game, and they've just missed the tackle on Marcos Mineta. That is not what you want to be doing, but James Turner, that looked like an illegal clean out on Henry Hutchison. They might have to check that one, see whether or not it was legal, but either way, it is going to be play on, skip pass out wide. Hermain Schultz, he's going to be thinking this game's too easy, as that is now his 3rd. Also, Hamish, tell Scott you also get a sheep. Well, you get a sheep if you win it, do you? I feel like Satyrs and Moana was a fixed match. Just saying, can't get over it, says Rock. I think that Moana Pacifica just outplayed the Crusaders. And it's a hard one to accept, I think, because it just wasn't even close for most of that game. Argentina wins today, says Emmy, and they are looking like they're going to book themselves a spot through to that final. Moana was incredible. Yeah, I think it's the best game we've ever seen them play. Which sounds exaggerated, but they controlled that game up against Crusaders in Christchurch. That's something teams don't do. You know, some sides have waited a decade to be able to do that. Whereas Moana did it, and they made it look easy. Australia good at 7s, Argentina is the best. So Argentina currently, in terms of the overall standings for now, as well as last season, they are definitely right up there with the best. Another great side is probably Fiji. They're a side that have got the most gold medals out of any side at the Olympics for the 7 side of things. They've had a little bit of a drought at times throughout the last couple of years. The Blitzboks, another team to keep an eye on. South Africa. Yeah, Australia, they're good enough to be near those top contenders, but also at the same time, every once in a while, they have a rough leg, but that's the case with all these sides. Now, Maurice Longbottom. Australia sitting down by 10, so they know that they will need 2 tries throughout this final 4-minute period. Stolen there for Argentina. Passed out wide to Marcos Moneta. Now a foot race. Henry Hutchison trying to cover him. Kaniaki gets beaten for pace on the outside. It's going to be kicked downfield from Marcos Moneta. Waits for the bounce. Cuts inwards. Was that obstruction? Referee says no. And it will be another try for Argentina. Argentina, one of the top sides for about 2 or 3 years, I think. And yeah, only like probably 3 or 4 years ago in terms of before that stage, like they weren't considered a real contender. They've really come a long way in their sevens. How's New Zealand in the sevens? They used to be better. They're a little bit mixed at the moment. They've lost quite a few of their younger, talented players, and a few of the older guys have retired too, so they're in a bit of a tricky position at the moment. Maria has got the clapping there. New Zealand men not great. New Zealand woman on fire, says Novmum. Argentina are dangerous in Hong Kong, G's, says Zion, and they broke their drought of losing quarterfinals in the Hong Kong Sevens just recently, and now they're going to make their way through to the final. Only 3 minutes remaining here. And there we go. Past 6 events in Hong Kong. They haven't finished above 5 in the last 6. So that's pretty big. The New Zealand never won a sheep Scotty. We only get to shag one, says TH. Now off to the right-hand side. Oh, Graziano almost went through. Palandini. Back across to the right-hand side. I mentioned whoever won this game, I felt had a really good shot of winning the Hong Kong Sevens. I think I'm going to have to stand by that. Argentina, this has been one of their best tournaments, point scoring-wise, that we have seen from Los Pumas. Like I said, in their first 3 games, having over 100 points in their favour for the points differential. Currently, Argentina's the best team in the tournament, says Emmy. Looks like Australia will lose, says Scotty. Yeah, it's not looking too flash for them at the moment, but they can certainly hold their heads up high for what they've been able to do throughout this competition. Oh, referee getting in the way of that one. So it is now going to become a scrum feed in favour of Argentina. Is New Zealand, Spain next? Not quite. First of all, we have got the matchup between Fiji and France. And then from there, it will be New Zealand, Spain. Plus, by that New Zealand, Spain matchup, that'll be at 8:15 New Zealand time. So I'd like to think I'll have the finals live stream scheduled. We're going to be doing the 3rd place playoff game, which is the bronze medal final, the women's final, and then the men's final after that. So still got another 5 sevens matches to go. I said that a track for round 2 of the street sprints is in Wilkins Street, Paul Street, and Victoria Street area. Says Kiwi Gamer. So if Australia lose now, they are finished. They still have one more game playing off for the bronze medal, which is still, worth points. You get 16 points for the bronze, 18 for the silver, 20 for the gold. Kanayake looks like he will make his way from the field with a bit of an injury here. But the next game will be in about 3 and a bit hours time, Australia. So not a huge turnaround for some of these sevens guys. You're pretty much straight back into the action instantly. We have there New Zealand, Fiji, and South Africa on the same boat. Win some, lose some. Not good like they used to be. See you, Spider Mech. Now 2 minutes left. Argentina are going to have the scrum feed. Really tough shove from Henry Hutchison at scrum time. But once again towards the corner. Elizalde, I don't think got it down. But it might have been high from the Australians. So this is a little bit of a risk here. Where are these players from? Like the NRL, etc. Normally it's from the Australian rugby union side of things. I don't think we've had too many rugby league guys pop in, but if you follow a bit of Super Rugby, someone like a Corey Toole, he was on the 7 circuit for quite some time as a try-scoring machine. This looks like it's going to be just short of the line, gets rolled over. Really well done from Ben Dowling to be able to survive, but was it too high in the tackle attempt? Other teams are catching up, says Spider-Man. Yeah, I think it's just been really competitive. Okay, restart with the line. Wait, what? Wait, why is that a line out? They said there it was touched before he got into the dead ball area. He didn't actually look like he was that close to the sideline up until he entered the in-goal area, but it is going to be Maurice Longbottom now with a 5-metre line out here for the Australians. They go to the front really nicely done, but it wasn't straight. And now Argentina again will get a big chance. Is Fiji, France immediately after this? That is correct. Yes, happening in only about 3 minutes' time. And that will be the other semi-final. Whoever wins that one will face Argentina in the final. And that will be happening in about 4.5 hours' time. Vamos Pumas, says Francisco. Yeah, it's been a brilliant tournament from start to finish for Argentina. They will be undefeated heading into the final, and they would be the only team to be able to say that. And I've said it quite a bit as of late, But now the ball has popped out the back door, going across. Oh, big shot from James Turner, but again, the Australians having to defend only 5 metres out from their try line. Jermaine Schultz, he's had a fun day at the office already, scoring himself 3 tries. I think he's dropped that one, but the penalty will go the way of Argentina for Australia playing the ball. We got the waving from Maria there too, and Tosa Fiji from KW. That's right, scrum is called here. Only 35 seconds remaining in the semi-final, but it does seem like the Fijians or France are going to have a date with the Pumas in the final. An informed Pumas too, and that is when they're at their most dangerous. And yeah, James Turner, not a huge amount of arm wrappage going on for that one, but only 15 seconds remaining. The ball has been left behind, now passing off. It's bouncing into touch, which does mean Australia will get one last chance. Will the Kiwi lads have a team for round 2 of the street sprints? Can you get a faster lap time than George, says Kiwi Gamer? We probably won't even go to it, to be honest, just because normally it's during a time when we're busy. But Isaac's the best out of all of us when it comes to like go-karting and whatnot, so he'd probably be the quickest, I would say. George can drive fast, but it's not always well. Oh, look at their Pumas. And in the chat too. Currently, it looks like Australia are going to be opting for the scrum here. Only 5 metres out from their line. Now, they can't really gain too much from scoring again here, other than making the score look a little bit more respectable. They have still got another game just around the corner, in which, oh, stolen by the Pumas. That was beautifully done, and they will score again just to add some insult to injury. The Aussie sides are doing good in Super Rugby. Hopefully means the Wallabies have improved. See Scotty's encounter. Yeah, their British and Irish Lions tour looking set to be a very good one. But Australia here, unfortunately, they have lost this match by a substantial window, which means that Argentina make their way through to the final. But nonetheless, we will go over to that next live stream, the semi-final that is going to be taking place between the Fijians and the French. But I do thank you all very much for tuning in. We'll be back for the final a little bit later on, and the bronze final as well. And I will see you all for the next one.